In a kingdom full of magic and miracles, the king and queen welcomed their first child, a beautiful little princess. Her birth brought endless joy and hope to the entire kingdom. Joyful music sounded in the castle, and people sang and danced to celebrate the birth of the little princess. 3 kind-hearted fairies also came to the castle. They used magic to bless the little princess and wish her a bright future. Just as everyone was immersed in joy, an uninvited evil fairy suddenly appeared. Angry at not being invited, she sneered and said,
"This little princess will be stabbed by a spindle and fall into a deep sleep at the age of 16, and the whole kingdom will fall into sorrow and darkness."
After that, she disappeared into the darkness. An atmosphere of shock and fear was left. The little princess grew up happily under the care of 3 fairies. They protect her and make sure evil stays away. The princess is smart and kind and loves nature and music. She often plays with small animals in the forest and dances with flower fairies. The 3 fairies also taught her magic and wisdom, hoping that she would have the power to overcome difficulties. In the blink of an eye, 16 years passed. At the princess's 16th birthday party, the whole kingdom was filled with laughter. She received many gifts, including beautiful jewelry and magic books. However, she didn't know that danger was approaching quietly. The 3 fairies have been protecting her secretly to ensure that danger is far away from the princess. The princess is curious about everything in the castle and likes to explore every corner. One day, she discovered an ancient tower room in the castle. She was attracted by the spinning wheel in the tower and approached curiously. She touched the spindle lightly, but accidentally pricked her finger. She felt a stinging pain, and her vision gradually blurred. 3 fairies discovered that the princess had been stabbed, and they hurriedly used magic to protect her. They put the princess and the entire kingdom into a deep sleep in the hope of giving them more time to wait for true love. The 3 fairies looked sadly at the sleeping princess, believing that true love had the power to break the curse. They whispered in the princess's ear,
"Dear princess, please sleep peacefully. Your true love will come to save you."
100 years later, a handsome and brave prince came to this sleeping kingdom. He heard the legend of Sleeping Beauty and was determined to save the princess. Filled with a sense of justice and a spirit of adventure, he believes he can break the curse. The prince rode through the thorny forest and came to a sleeping castle. The prince walked into the castle cautiously and found that everything here was still, as if time had stopped. He moved on, looking for any sign of Sleeping Beauty. He passed through the rooms, only to find that everyone inside was asleep. He firmly believes that the princess is nearby, and he will never give up. The prince finally arrived at the high tower of the castle. He opened the door and found the sleeping princess. He was surprised by the princess's beauty and attracted by her temperament. He knew that he was the true love that the princess was waiting for, so he bravely stepped forward and kissed the princess gently on her forehead. "I will awaken you with my love, and together we will break the curse," he said lovingly. Under the prince's affectionate kiss, the princess slowly opened her eyes. She was confused and surprised and didn't understand what was happening. The prince held her hand tenderly and told her how he was attracted by her beauty and legend, and how he traveled across mountains and rivers to find her. The princess was moved by the prince's true love and persistence, and smiled happily. As the princess wakes up, the entire kingdom wakes up from its slumber. Flowers bloom, birds sing, and people wake up from their slumber, full of surprise and joy. They discovered that 100 years had passed, and they had missed the princess's growth. But they cheered for the princess's awakening and thanked the prince for saving the kingdom.